친구가 Dodge 팬이라서 저 뒤에 또 다른 괴물이 한 마리가 있다는데 자! 여기는 이제 우리 Secret Disclosed Location of my friend Dan. 배트맨도 비밀 장소가 있듯이 우리 Dan도 Secret 장소가 있습니다. Dodge 역사를 제가 아까 얘기해드렸죠. Dodge에서 진짜 유명한 자동차들이 되게 많습니다. 뭐 헤미 엔진. 자, 그렇다면 헤미 엔진을 생각하시면 여러분들은 어떤 자동차를 제일 많이 생각하시는지 모르겠지만 제 머릿속에 제가 제일 favorite이 하나 있어요. 분노의 질주, Fast and the Furious에서 되게 많이 유명화된 자동차 있잖아요. You ready to show us the beast?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get it. Go! (1970) Dodge Charger RT Edition. We just heard the beast, man. This car right here is one of my favorite American muscle cars. Whoa! Actually, I had a 1967 Camaro. I like the lines of that car, but literally, this one was always in my heart because I remember where I used to live when I was a kid. A gentleman down the street had one. Not this nice. This was a Rustola, but it was still nice.
Yeah.
분노의 질주 때문에 이 자동차가 많이 알려졌는데 사실 이 자동차 역사가 되게 많습니다. Now, explain to me about this particular vehicle.
The car's got lines on it that you just can't ignore. And clearly there are things that made it popular and fascinating and desirable. So for me, it was actually a 1966 Mustang Fastback. But at that time, these cars were coming out too, and they were getting better and more attractive and just awesome. I found this car available and I started staring at it and I couldn't stop.
But what you have to understand is the name of this color, Crazy.
Plum Crazy.
It's called Plum Crazy. This was the epitome. Basically, this was the poster child of this car. 이 자동차가 맨 처음에 나왔을 때 포스터나 뭐 잡지나 나왔을 땐 이 Plum Crazy라는 거, 자두, 미친 자두, 이 색깔이 poster car.
But when I found this car, this is an unrestored original with a single paint job done to it. It's got original glass, it's got everything, so all the check marks fell into place, and that's what made this car come to me. The hard top is original. It's a real historic piece to me, and when I saw it, I had to have it.
Right. 이 자동차, 이 선택한 이유는 사실은 이 자동차는 426 헤미, 그걸 많이 알려주지만 426 헤미는 사실은 문제성이 좀 있어요. 하지만 이 440 엔진은 it's a small block. 이 엔진은 문제성이 그렇게 많지 않기 때문에 요것도 골랐고 또 이 자동차의 제일 진짜로 키 포인트. 페인트는 한 번 했어요. 페인트는 오리지널 아니지만 이 패널들 right, left, fenders, the hood, the bumpers, the glass, 이 유리, 이 vinyl top 모든 게 다 오리지널입니다. 이 유리창이 이렇게 without discoloration or any cracks or any chips 이런 유리가 있으려면 되게 어렵거든요. 하지만 모든 게 다 오리지널이기 때문에 이 친구가 샀고 요것들은 이제 컬렉터들은 되게 중요시 생각하는 건데 요 키포인트 팩터들을 이 Danny he picked all the right reasons to buy this car. So what do you like about this car the most?
I think it's all about its design. I mean, it's just two big flat surfaces, then they stack, and then you have the roof. And it's honestly, I see the black car in Bullet.
Right.
Driving through San Francisco with the two bad guys in it.
McQueen, the McQueen movie.
Yeah,
Steve McQueen.
And then you see the purple. You know, it's not for everybody, but I find it to be extremely handsome.
How much horsepower?
I think it's like 375, 395, and usually that's calculated to the crank too.
Right, to the crank.
Yeah, so it's not extremely.
Yeah, it's
funny.
about 280. But we saw you light up the wheels a little bit there. So it's more of a torque than the power. I mean, these cars are not made to really handle, but for back then it was a decent handler. But for right now, today's standards, you know, it's not a handling car. It's actually just what it is. It's a piece of American muscle metal.
You know, everything inside this car is steel. The doors, the dash. You know, there's no airbags. The safety features are just not with this car. So it's probably a good thing they don't have today's power in it.
Let's go ahead and take a look at it. I mean, the interior is all original.
The interior is another feature that to me is awesome. You know, get in there and take a look.
And look at this. Look at this. 이거 봐봐. 이거 오면은 요 문을 열면은 나 요런 디테일들이 너무 좋은 거야. 여기 문을 열면 여기 안에 불이 켜지는데 이거 한번 봐보세요. 조그만 담아가 불이 켜지는데 너무 웃긴 게 이거 딱 하면 저기 불이 켜지는 거야. 그러니까 이런 디테일들 옛날 자동차들 사실은 저게 얼만큼 실용성이 있는지 모르겠지만 왜냐면 이게 무릎팍 옆이잖아요. 사실 문 열었을 때 무릎팍이 있으면 아무것도 안 보이는 거. 하지만 all these little details add to the charisma of this car. And this door, I mean, like it's like this is a fucking refrigerator. 이거 뭐 무슨 냉장고야. 열나 무거워. 다 쇠야. 여러분들 아셔야 될 게 안에까지 요거 요 펜을 빼고 다 스틸. 그리고 여기 대시도 요거 커버 밑에 요 비닐 밑에는 다 쇠기 때문에 이 자동차가 뭐 진짜로 요새 자동차들만큼 뭐 600마력, 700마력 있으면 이건 사고 나면 그냥 끝입니다, 사실은. 그죠? 야, 이 진짜로 멋있는 자동차고. Can you pop the trunk for me? 자, 이거 봐, 이거 다 오리지널이야. 뭐 새 것처럼 가진 않았지만 오리지널이기 때문에. 자, 우리가 또 컬시맨이 이거를 하지 않으면 안 되죠. 나! Hey!
Key's not working.
Oh my god! It smells like gas. 휘발유 때문에 휘발유가 시발유네. 죽을 뻔했어. 와우. 진짜 이 자동차가 you know it's metal, man. It's
All the
steel,
way.
all the way. 여기도 다 그냥 쇠야. But it's got really great trunk space. I mean, if I could fit in here, you know, I'm almost 6 foot and I could fit in this
You
car.
can get 2 people in there for sure.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Probably
yeah.
more.
Wow, and look at this. 이거 봐. 다 오리지널이 여기 스티커도 아직도. This is original, man. Look at it. Jack instructions. Wow, and look at this. I love this touch of this patina. It just looks original, you know?
It's the most worn piece on the car, and it's the one that causes me to tilt my head the most because you can clearly tell it's been straightened. It's weathered. It's not like a bumper. So
Right.
the chrome would get rubbed off, and you know, obviously, it's been cleaned a lot over the
Wow,
years.
this is beautiful. You're right. Look at the lines of it. The design goes from here. There's a swooping line from here all the way down to here. Then look at this goes. If this line continued, it would slat down all the way down here. But then in the front, it swoops and matches right here. So it juxtaposes right here, but it works.
Yeah.
뒤에서는 확 앞에서 확 됐는데 이게
It's originally a Ferrari design.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great car.
It's an absolutely historical design that is just never gonna ever age. It's like a Beatles song. It's
Right.
gonna always be cool.
So like, you know, when there's a Chevy or whatever they call them GMs, now this car, it's a Mopar.
Yeah.
Then, wow, it's so beautiful. Can I start it up?
Keys up, notches up.
Yes, sirree.
Isn't it funny how you sit in there?
Yeah, it's like, no,
so-
it reminds me of like my dad used to have a 76 Firebird. It's that same vinyl and the same smell. Let's get it. Wow. Everything is original. You can just tell. 이게 악셀을 밟으면 엔진이 왕왕 돌리는. You can feel it. Go on it. Wow, look at this. 차 여기 봐봐. Wow. You can feel that it wants to go. Oh my gosh. 야, 이거 한 10분 타면 기름 내트는 뒤지겠다. Wow. Yeah, and that's the beauty of carbureted motors. You just have to get intoxicated with the smell of this
Gasoline.
Yeah, the value. Wow. And dude, this headline's original, man. 이런 게 다 여러분들 아셔야 될 게 옛날 자동차들은 이 headliner, it sags. 이거는 original. sag 되지도 않고 아직도 original. 모든 게 다 original이기 때문에 그래요. 흠이 좀 있는 차긴 해요. 이런 데 보면 흠이 있지만 그게 오리지널입니다, 이 자동차는. 페인트 빼놓고 모든 게 다 오리지널이기 때문에 very nice.
This car was owned by one gentleman.
Wow.
He bought it and he kept it his whole life. And he retired from Texas to Arizona. So the car was purchased in Texas. That's why it has a Texas sticker on it. But it retired to the garage and sat on blocks. And the old gentleman that owned it, he passed, I think, when he was 92.
Wow.
When I found it and I heard the story, I took my TRX and hooked up a
And
U-Haul
did it.
trailer and went straight to Scottsdale, Arizona and picked it up with my wife. My wife is not necessarily a car buff. When she saw the purple car, she never said no. And I thought that was a yes.
내가 사실은 이 자동차 한번 몰아볼까 했는데 이런 거는 사실은 이 리스펙트예요. 리스펙트로 옛날 거기 때문에 혹시나 내가 했다가 뭔가 고장나면 뭔지 알지. 또 내 주머니에서 뺨 하기 때문에 트럭은 운전했지만 let's get it. 다 오리지널이야. 그러니까 배터리 빼놓고 배터리 빼놓고 가스 탱크는 이제 알다시피 시간 지나면 막 시들어들고 막 썩어서 고쳤고 레디에이터, 배터리 그리고 브레이크 이런 것만은 좀 하지만 나머지 이런 제일 중요한 게 이런 패널들 번호들, 숫자들 다 맞잖아요. 스티커 안에. 이건 다 오리지널이에요. 에어박스도 그렇고. 이게 지금 요걸 요 나사를 이렇게 열어서 하면 이 안에 에어 필터가 들어가는 거잖아요. 요새 자동차는 좀 다르잖아요. 조그만 거 들어가는데 옛날에는 the air filters were big. They're really huge. So 되게 쉽게 저걸 열어서 딱 집어넣는 거. 와우. And can you explain? A lot of people in Korea don't know how this grill works. When they look at it, they go, "Where are the headlights? 이 헤드라이트가 어디 있어? 앞이 다 그릴인데 이거 뭐예요?" Explain to them how it works.
So this model, the 68, 69, and 70, they all have air actuated headlights. It's a vacuum system and it flips up the lens cover and pops out the headlights. They're actually just sitting back there waiting for the door to open.
Right. 되게 앞서간 디자인이죠. 사람들 여러분들 알다시피 뭐 나중에 코르벳, 페라리, 로레스 많은 회사들이 이 팝업 헤드라이트를 나중에 70년도, 80년도 뭐 이럴 때 많이 썼지만 이 자동차는 60년 후반서부터 이걸 했다는 건 되게 앞서간 디자인이고. Yeah.
And there's nothing better than the metal button for the brights on the dash,
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. 하나가 나가서 one of them's out. That's fine. Who cares? Oh, so beautiful. Tell me a little bit about this spot right here. Where is this? Where are we at?
This is my, this is where I spend a lot of time. This is my office where I work. You can see, if you look around the room a little bit, that I try and surround myself with things I like. Try to make work a little easier to enjoy and get along with and do. I do love my work. I'm a contractor and I do a lot of repair and maintenance for supermarkets, and I work from this center right here, and like I said, I surround myself with things I like.
되게 겸손하게 말을 했는데 우리나라 하면 대형 사이즈 슈퍼들 뭐 이마트 뭐 이런 데 있잖아요. 우리가 제일 잘하는 거 지금 어카운트 하나 있는 건 코스코나 뭐 이런 데 뭐가 고장나지 뭐가 문제가 있으면 여기 있는 이 서든 캘리포니아에 있는 거에 다 가서 고치는 분이세요. 근데 코스코만 있는 게 아니고 다른 마켓들, 대형 사이즈 마켓.
Been doing it for a really long time, so nothing came easy. If you don't do something besides work all the time, you lose out on life. You gotta work and you gotta have some enjoyment. And I traded a lot of enjoyment for a lot of work.
Right.
For a lot of years. And now that I've been in it for as long as I've tried to acquire some things that keep me grounded and happy and focused.
Right.
So this helps me a lot, and it's a harmless yet a very rewarding environment. The people that tend to mess with cars, we have a lot of association. We get along with the same kind of thoughts and enjoyments, and one of the reasons you and I are friends are from the collecting of skateboards and running into each other in that arena, and then the development of our friendship is consumed by cars as well, and so we share a lot of common.
사람이 일만 계속 하게 되면은 you're gonna get drained out, you're gonna get tired. 그렇기 때문에 벤팅을 하기 위해서 사람은 취미 생활이 있어야 된다 하는 내가 늘 하는 말. 그렇기 때문에 이런 collecting skateboards, collecting cars or toys 이제 조금 편해졌으니까는 그런 걸 하면 자, one thing I always say 자기 사는 방식에 뭔가 나쁜 타격을 주지 않는 한에는 취미라는 거는 조금 스트레스를 풀 수 있게끔 해갖고 여기는 이제 조금 사실은 좀 오버하게 또 하긴 했죠. 여기는 이런 스케이트보드는 다 저도 이 못지않게 좀 있어요. 70년 중반부터 80년 중반까지 스케이트보드인데 이런 부품들 하나씩 모으는 게 the hunt is half the fun. The hunt is actually like 90% of the fun. 이렇게 찾아내는 게 그 시간이 걸리면서 그게 재밌어서 그렇게 벤팅하는데. But you know, you have pictures up here, like you know, of you. Is that you driving on there?
This is me in the 2009 SRT8 Challenger I owned for probably I sold it I think just last year. Actually, it was this year. You know, I had that from 2009 and kept that car for a good long while. I also collect, HO scale slot cars.
Right. 조그만 자동차들. 슬롯 칼이 뭐냐면 이 트랙에다가 옛날에 우리 이렇게 자동차 전기로 벽에 꽂은 다음에 이거 누르면 경주하는 거야. 조그만 차들. Slot cars and soapbox derby and you know.
It's everything that's related to like
four wheels.
the youth and the growth and the car. They call it Karcher.
Karcher. You know, basically what it comes down to is this. When we're buying all these things, we're not just buying the item itself. We're actually buying back time. The times that you and I had, days were brighter, you had less stress. We
didn't think about all the stuff we're thinking about today.
Nothing. 그렇기 때문에 이 컬렉팅이나 이 취미, 자동차나 장난감이나 다 여러분들이 아셔야 될 게 시간을 타는 거예요. 사실 옛날 시간, 그러니까 타임머신을 타고 뒤로 가고 그때 날들이 더 밝았을 때, 공기도 더 좋았을 때, 우리 머리 자체도 더 맑았을 때, 스트레스 같은 거 몰랐을 때, 그 시기로 그 순간 자동차 안에 the minute you get into that car, the old car that you wanted, 아니면 이런 장난감을 하나 들고 있을 때 그 순간만은 내 스트레스를 푸는 거. And we're not hurting anyone. We're not going out partying, 뭐 술 마시고 뭐 무슨 일 저지르고 이러는 것도 아니고 그냥 나만의 취미 갖고 한다는 거는 come on ladies, you guys, yeah, the partners, you guys get your shoes and your bags so we can get our little cars or little toys, right? Culture-man! Joe, get it, yo, let's go get it, Culture-man! 여러분, was to meet my friend Dan. We had a great time. 오늘 너무나도 오랜만에 또 이렇게 대화도 나누고 멋진 자동차들 많이 봤어요. 사실 여러분들도 알다시피 이 자동차 문화라는 건 우리나라와 미국과 전 세계가 다 차이점이 좀 있긴 하지만 미국의 자동차의 역사는 아주 길기 때문에 여러분들이 우리나라에서 못 보는 자동차들을 여러분들한테 저는 쉐어하고 싶어서 앞으로도 더 많은 컨텐츠 밑에 댓글, like, follow, subscribe, and Culture-man will be there. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, we go bam, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, bam! Woo! 아니야, 여기서 타고 가야지. bam 했는데 now we're gonna drive off into the sunset.
With the bam?
Yeah, bam! Okay, there. Oh, suicide doors.
What I was telling you is you gotta wear the seatbelt to go fast.
Oh man.
Isn't that so?
이 자동차는 시트벨트를 안 매면은 15마일 위로 못 간대. 안녕. 다음 장소에서 봐요. Let's get it.